Ladies and gentlemen, as for today's video, we are going to tackle the 4 different kinds of phrases. Well, these phrases are noun phrase, verb phrases, prepositional phrases, and auxiliary phrases. We're not only going to tackle its structure and its usage, but also the importance of these phrases in our everyday living. Here's a quick tip to remember. Each sentence consists of phrases. Yes, phrases. Now, what are phrases? Well, phrases are extensions or dependent clauses that helps the sentence by giving more information and deliver a message clearly. And phrases also gives a sentence more details as well. Let us start what a prepositional phrase is. Now, we all know a prepositional phrase, and this phrase now contains a preposition. Prepositions such as on, in, beside, under, across, and below. Now, having a structure of a preposition plus a noun phrase, this is a basic kind of phrase in which we use these phrases in a sentence to know or determine the location or the place of the subject or the noun in a sentence. For example, I am filming in a park. Now the prepositional phrase in the sentence, I am filming in the park, that is the words or phrase in a park. Now the prepositional that I use is that in. In is a preposition. There can be one or more prepositional phrases in a sentence. Now, another example is that the sun is about to set at 5:26 p.m. In this sentence which I gave, which is a complex sentence, the prepositional phrases are about to set at 5:26 p.m. And we can add another prepositional phrase. And another prepositional phrase which is in the evening. So the sentence will now sound like this: the sun is about to set at 5:26 p.m. in the evening. Now, prepositional phrases can be used to ask directions and also information, because for prepositional phrases can be used as a phrase only. It can be used for answering or responding to somebody. Like when someone asks you where the mall is, you can just answer, the mall is beside that building. Or you can just simply respond, beside that building. Next kind of verb that I'm going to discuss to you is a verb phrase. Now, what is a verb phrase? Now, having the structure of a helping verb plus the main verb. A verb phrase is usually descriptive. It usually describes the subject, the noun, or the object in the sentence. A verb phrase also serves as the link or the connection between the subject and the predicate, and also the information about the subject and the predicate. If we are going to use the verb phrase in the past tense, then we are going to take the perfect have, had, and the main verb in its past tense. Like, for example, I had watched this movie before. Now, the verb phrase in the sentence is had watched, and you see that had is a past tense, is in the past tense, and same as the word watched. And for the future tense, of course, we are going to add a modal which determines the phrase in the future tense. Like, for example, I will be going to the zoo tomorrow. The helping verbs in the sentence are will and be. Meanwhile, the main verb there is going, which is also in the present tense. Since we are done tackling what a verb phrase is, now let us tackle noun phrases. Now, having the structure of a quantifier plus a noun or a pronoun, noun phrases simply identify, point out, and determine the subject, the object, or the noun in the sentence. Now, there can be more than one noun phrases in the sentence. Like, for example, I bought a sword in the mall with my mother. Now, as you can see, there are 3 noun phrases in the sentence. Now, we are done with the 3 phrases that I mentioned earlier, which are the prepositional phrase, the verb phrase, and the noun phrase. Now, let us proceed to auxiliary phrase, or also known as auxiliary verbs. Now, auxiliary verbs are verbs that help the sentence, that help the verb stand out, and the function of an auxiliary phrase is to express the shades, time, and mood of the verb in the sentence. I could use a friend. Now, the phrase in the sentence is could use. The modal or the auxiliary verb in that sentence is could, and the main verb is use. Again, the 4 phrases that I have mentioned is the prepositional phrase, the verb phrase, the noun phrase, and the auxiliary phrase. And that's all for this video. And I hope you got reminded or learned something by watching this vlog. And I also hope this will also help you in your studies.